Hello everybody. Welcome to my channel, where today I'm going to do an interview with unnecessary light shining in my face. And the reason I chose this was because I'm using my computer camera, so it's not the best with light. But instead of doing something normal, like this probably would have been fine. No, I chose to be the light of all light. Because being in the light is good. So, let me rewind for a sec. So I'm starting a new segment on my channel, which is all about which is all about interviewing people in the Yugioh Universe, getting to know them a little bit, and dueling them at the same time on Duel Links. And being my first one, I have a couple hiccups. Number one being the obnoxious light in my face the entire interview. So if you could just ignore my ghosty appearance, I would be very grateful. Dylan actually has a very good quality setup, so you don't need to worry about his end. The other thing, I didn't press the split screen thing, so it cuts back and forth between Dylan and I, and yeah, you see a lot more of me than I hoped. But nonetheless, it's a great interview, and I really, really hope you enjoy it. By the way, I called this segment 10 questions from a second-rate duelist. That's me. I'm the second-rate duelist. That's what I am. And yeah, without further ado, here is the interview.
Hey Dylan, how's it going, man? It's good to see you.
Daniel, it's good to see you, my man. Thanks for having me on, dude.
Hey, thanks for dueling me while letting me ask you questions. It seems like a very personal thing to do, so I appreciate your time.
Anything for you, my friend. Anything for you.
I'm going to start off the book here. Before we dive into the questions, what deck are you using right now?
So I am using a super heavy samurai deck. Now, do you want to give the rules and parameters that you set before we built these decks? Because it's really not a good super heavy samurai deck, but we're going to try to rock it with Gong as best as we can here.
Yes, absolutely. Ooh, super. Okay. The rules are we choose one type of card. Is there a certain way to say this? I'm so new to this, but you choose one type of card. No,
you can only have one copy of a card in your deck.
Yes. Okay. I didn't know if there was a specific name for this kind of playing, but you can only have one. Oh, there you go. Only one copy of a card per deck, and yeah, and that's the only rule so far. Hopefully, I'll have more rules later. I always joke about sad farm animals or whatever. Maybe one day we'll have that kind of theme, but that's the rules, and we've already begun. So with that, let me ask you a few questions.
Yeah, please.
Starting with this, what first got you into Yu-Gi-Oh, and what series did you start with?
Yeah, great question. Man, I'm an old man. I probably was about 20 years ago, and early 2000s, first series was Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters, the dub of Yu-Gi-Oh! I watched it. I think that's going to be the end of my turn. Well, actually, let me equip this. But yeah, all right, perfect. So I started with Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters, the original, and then I got really back into it like around high school, like 2010. And I watched all of the GX dub. I watched all of the 5Ds dub. And it wasn't until about 2013, 2014 that like I really realized that like I just loved this series, and I was in forums a little bit, never active, funny enough. Oh man. And Shield Crush.
I don't think I planned this out as much as you, but I got really lucky with that. So
that was I'm in trouble. I'll tell you that. I'm in trouble. But that was good. So yeah, I just I realized I kind of loved the show, and I wanted to go back and watch it back in the dub and in the original version as well in subs, because it's really two different viewing experiences, which I've always appreciated about the Yu-Gi-Oh dubs and the Yu-Gi-Oh experience. Yeah. And so I realized that GX, the English dub, actually never finished of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. So that was my first experience watching it in Japanese, which was probably around 2014, 2015. And I just fully fell in love with the franchise, dub, sub, anything. And yeah, but it definitely started when I was a young kid back in the early 2000s, as I think it did for probably a lot of people.
Right on, man. All right. Who is your favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Character and why?
Yeah, so great question. My favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Character is 100%. Let me just read the the effect here of Chocolate Magician Girl. Okay. Gonna use Stealth Ninja's effect to attack directly.
Okay.
Little cheap there, but you know, we'll do it. Unless you have a trap. But my favorite card is
it's gonna work too. I can't believe this is working right now. Thank you for
what trap is it?
It is Countergate from DSOD. And I only chose it because Kaiba used it in DSOD, and that's all I remember. So I thought it was fun. But yeah, haha.
No, that was good. Good play. But yeah, Yusei Fudo.
Okay.
Stoic character. Exactly what I love in a protagonist. Vulnerable at times as well. I think of that duel against, Rudger in the Dark Signers arc, where he talked more about his backstory and the guilt he had for what his father did, in that story. And I could go on about Yusei for a while, but he is my favorite character. He's been my favorite character since 5Ds, and he still is. There's Yu-Gi-Oh's as a franchise has a lot of great characters, but Yusei's always been my favorite.
What got you into YouTubing?
Yeah, great question. So a lot of people don't know this, but I did when I was in 7th or 8th grades. This is like 2008, 2009. I had a channel that's still out there that I'm not going to give away what that channel's name is. But I had a channel where I used to do horrible quality Super Mario 64 playthroughs. I used to do like Let's Plays because Chugga Conroy was a big influence of mine. So when I was 15 years old, I was making YouTube videos. I always had that content creation bug. And I stepped away from YouTube in about 2011, 2012 when I was at the end of high school because, I just had to focus on other things. Yeah. And it wasn't until about 2014, 2015 when my friend Pete, who was running a YouTube channel called Clueless Gamers, said, hey, do you have any ideas for videos? Like if you want to come on, we could do movie reviews together. You could do video game Let's Plays again. And I was like, you know what? I feel like I kind of want to do that. So let me do that. I'm down to do that. And I started making Yu-Gi-Oh content when Arc 5 was airing. And the rest is really kind of history from there. The Yu-Gi-Oh content did really well, and I decided to kind of make my own channel, which was Yu-Gi-Oh Everything in 2016. Mm-hmm. And ever since then, I mean, it's been an incredible 6-year journey, and I couldn't be happier with where the channel is right now. And
sure, man.
Yeah, it's been a crazy ride, but I've always had, a lot of people don't know that, I've always had that content creation bug in me. Always had it, even when I was in high school. So I've always loved doing YouTube and mixing YouTube with Yu-Gi-Oh. I wouldn't have probably done it if it wasn't for my friend Pete. So, huge shout out to him.
Yeah. And man, it definitely shows. Your stuff's incredible. I watch it all the time.
Oh, thank you, dude. You're too kind. This guy's too kind.
I am too kind, and I'm also stalling because I'm gonna die. No, okay, so let's see here. Click. Oh, I have.
Listen, I got my Stealth Ninja.
Yeah.
If you want to ask the next question, you can take as much time as you need. I'll riff for a bit.
Normal summon that bad boy. And what is your favorite spell card and trap card?
My favorite trap card, this is beautiful, is Treacherous Trap Hole, the card I just activated. Which that was good. That was good. I wasn't even timing that up. Treacherous Trap Hole is easily my favorite trap card. I've gotten a lot of people with it, specifically in Duel Links, and it's a card that I have always just loved using because I'm not a good deck builder, and I feel like running Treacherous Trap Hole, which only activates if there's no traps in your grave, gives me an excuse to deck build poorly because I'm like, all right, this is the only trap card I'm going to run. I don't need to worry about any other traps because that's the requirement. You can't have any other traps in the grave. So Treacherous Trap Hole's easily my favorite trap card. And the other question is my favorite spell card.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Probably Shaddoll Fusion. I love the fusion coloring of that card. Shaddoll is one of my favorite, archetypes to play. It's one of my favorite decks to play. So it's definitely Shaddoll Fusion. But Treacherous Trap Hole, man. I mean, you just got treacherous. What can you say?
Well, I can say that you should take your time with destroying me here.
Sorry, too late.
Okay.
We can queue it back up. We can queue another one.
Okay, fans. So that's one, Dylan 1, Dan 0, and I think that's how it's going to stay because my deck is full of random. That
I feel bad. I put together like it's not a good super heavy samurai deck, but it's got decent synergy.
No, that's
I also
awesome.
got a very good first turn with Wagon, so I feel like that deck can brick a lot.
Well, speaking of archetype, it's really hard to concentrate on the game and interviewing at the same time, which is what I like. I like a challenge. Did you already say your favorite archetype? Or
no, I did not. My favorite archetype is dinosaurs. I think it's dinosaurs. It's something that's changed over the last few years, which I think is completely normal. I think it should change over the last, what your favorites, your taste is always going to change. You know what I mean? Yeah. But dinosaurs is my favorite archetype. I've used it at actual locals in person. I use it exclusively in Master Duel. Shaddols and Red Eyes are close behind dinos, but dinosaurs, I love Ultimate Conductor. It's one of my favorite monsters. And Soul Eating Oviraptor. I just love them. I love dinos. So yeah, dinos is definitely my favorite archetype, 100%.
And that doesn't include Dino Wrestlers, right?
No, it doesn't. I do use Dino Wrestler Pankratops. That's a great card.
Yeah,
it's a great card for a lot of decks, but no, it wouldn't include, unfortunately. Well, you know what? If it makes you feel better, Dan, I'll include Dino Wrestler can be a subsection of it.
Deal. It makes me feel better. Thank you. Thank you very much for that. All right, here's a more complicated question.
Okay.
But I think you would have thought of this. If you could change a rule in the TCG, what would it be?
Yeah, I have thought of it. And this is something that I don't think a lot of people will agree with. It's honestly hard to think of a new rule, but it's something that I think Magic does, and it's called a mulligan. And mulligan is very interesting. It's basically if you don't like your starting hand, I'm pretty sure this is the way it works, but you would say, all right, I'm going to do a mulligan, and then you reshuffle your deck and you redraw your starting hand. Yep. And I think in tournament play, if you were doing a best of 3, allowing you to do it maybe once in those 3 duels, I think that would add maybe an extra dimension. I don't know if I would be in favor of doing it like in a 1v1 setting, like 1 round, winner takes all. But in some of those tournaments, if you're ever doing like a best of 3, I think that would be a cool sub rule to add where you can do a mulligan if you so choose. I think that would be kind of cool. I know a lot of people probably wouldn't like that because it can maybe, bricking is a part of the game and it can maybe make a lot of the meta decks a little too consistent because you can dictate or you have a better chance of dictating what your starting hand is. So I think just in certain circumstances, not every duel, but I think in those best of 3 scenarios, I think having maybe 1 mulligan allowed would be pretty cool. But that's really the only thing that I can think of,
Okay.
Yeah, but that's, man, you won pretty quickly there. I couldn't do anything.
I didn't win yet. Yeah, I got some Gokis in here. I can't believe they put Gokis in here.
You still have an attack, don't you?
No. I because you had 2 in defense. So
you're right.
I got 1 attack there.
Well,
but
that's not good.
I always wanted to know, you probably know how they duel professionally a little bit. Like, do they do best 2 out of 3 or is it just 1 and done?
I know it's 1 and done. It's like round robin play. I think you play like 6 or 7 rounds, and then the best top 16 make the cut. And then I think eventually it does go to best of 3, but in like some of the YCSs. But I'm not 100% sure because I've really only dueled at locals. So even though I should know, as you said, I really don't. Yeah, so I think that's how they do it, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
When will Nick write you a custom Yu-Gi-Oh song?
That is man, I couldn't do anything. That is a great question. It's funny because something that a lot of people don't know, it was right after my first breakup. So, when you go through a big life change, you start to get into this creative, this crazy creative zone where you want to do things that are really ambitious and out there. At least that's what happens to me. And what we were going to do, me, Nick T, and Calibra, one night we gathered at my house and we said, let's do a cover, an English cover of one of the openings and endings from Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains. Mm-hmm. So we chose Writing Life, which was the second ending, and we were translating the lyrics on pieces of paper into English, and we were all right, Daniel, you beat me, man. Good job. Best of 3. My friend Calibra will sing. Nick T, you can like do a cover of the guitar. We can like commission someone to do drums. And we were going to do like this English like cover. And I was like, we could do this for like a bunch of different Yu-Gi-Oh openings and endings. Like that'll be super cool. And then it never panned out. Like we did it that one night. We like put pen to paper. We translated a lot of the lyrics so it kind of fit in English. But then we never, followed through with it or anything. But we were close to writing some Yu-Gi-Oh music in that regard. I've also tried to get Nick T and Calibro to write music for me because Calibro also does some music as well.
Oh, okay.
It's more like kind of just for fun stuff, but it's pretty decent. Nick T's the one that obviously releases it professionally and everything, at least his music. And I've tried to get them to do some stuff for me, but at the moment they're just very, especially Nick T with all the stuff he's been doing. Nameling, shout out to Nameling, just very busy with stuff. So I don't think that's in the cards anytime soon. Sorry to say.
That's fair enough. Also, yes, I love Nameling. Hopefully everyone can listen to his music. It's very, very good. And you use it on the end of your show, right? Usually.
I do. Yeah. The song that you hear at the end is What's Best for You. It's probably my favorite song he's ever done. And I always have it linked down in the description. So if you want to check it out, go to any of my recent videos in the last 6 months, and it'll be right there in the description.
Yeah, I love that song. How long will you continue to make Yu-Gi-Oh content? And do you have plans to move forward with other things? I know you already do other things, but I mean like...
No, but that's primary. I mean, like, I do Twitch, super deep rot on Twitch for a lot of non-Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, but it's a great question. And it's a question a lot of people ask me because I've been doing it for 6 years now, right? Pretty consistently, daily, weekly. I do a podcast where we do a deep dive into every single episode after it gets subbed. That started with Vrains. We did it all the way through 7s. We're doing it for 8. I will say what I've said for the last 3 or 4 years whenever people ask me about this, because my opinion on it really has not changed at all. And my opinion on it and my feeling on it is that as long as there is an ongoing Yu-Gi-Oh anime, I will not stop. There is nothing in this world that will make me stop or like make me want to stop. Because I'm not going to say force me to stop, but make me want to stop. My passion is always going to be with this franchise, with Yu-Gi-Oh. And so as long as the Yu-Gi-Oh anime is still airing, Yu-Gi-Oh 9, Yu-Gi-Oh 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, Yu-Gi-Oh everything will still be a functioning full-time YouTube channel. That is something that has not changed in 3 or 4 years. And as I get into my late 20s here, early 30s around the corner, it's not something that I plan on changing anytime soon. So still have full plans to continue with Yu-Gi-Oh everything. I don't really have any sort of plans to do other projects. I'm kind of into like a guilty pleasure of mine's always been like WWE, like professional, wrestling, sports entertainment. So maybe starting a channel, like talking about that a little bit. But right now I'm just insanely busy. So just focusing on Yu-Gi-Oh everything, making that the best that it can be, is my top priority and will be my top priority for a while.
Off topic real quick, because I'm also at least I used to be a huge WWE fan up until a couple of years ago. I don't know why I petered off it, but I'm probably going to...
I got back into it heavy when Edge returned at the Rumble, but I was off it for about 4 or 5 years. Yeah, I was off it for about 4 or 5 years.
Who's your favorite wrestler?
Favorite wrestler of all time?
Yeah.
The Rock.
The Rock?
100% The Rock. Yeah,
fair
100%
enough.
The Rock. What about you?
Shawn Michaels.
All right, good pick. They never really, I think one of the fun facts actually about the two of them, I don't know if the two of them ever had a match.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think that's like a really interesting fun fact about like the Attitude Era, that like the two of them never had a match, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, and that's funny that there are two favorites.
We'll have to talk more about that later.
100%, dude. Always
that's so
down.
cool. I had no idea.
Yeah.
All right. What does your family think about your YouTube life?
Sorry, water just went down the wrong pipe because I'm excited to answer this. My family is incredibly supportive. I'm so thankful that they are as supportive as they are, but they are sick and tired of all the merchandise I have bought and brought into the home. I have 2 light boxes that were on display at that Yu-Gi-Oh art gallery that I purchased, just chilling in my basement. I have about 6 of these official Giant cards. There's 1 up here, 5 are in the basement. Now what's interesting, Dimensional Prison, man. Damn.
I didn't know it would work on a defensive attack, but it does. So anyways.
And you know what's really good about that? If that card is sent to the graveyard by card effect, it returns, but I don't think it does because it was banished. So that just killed me, dude. But they're sick of all the merchandise. I'm moving out at some point this year, probably in the next 6 months. But no, man, I'm forever grateful and thankful for them being supportive of me with the decision. They've always been 2 of my #1 fans. You know, when I stream, I literally have to bring a 100-foot Ethernet cable from my room or the basement into my dad's office. So there's always a wire running across our floor. You've been to my home before. And they're always just completely okay with it. And like, yeah, I'm thankful that I have parents that are as supportive and, you know, just incredible as they are. So they've been nothing but supportive of me, nothing. And that I don't think will change. I think they're always, especially my dad, is always shocked by the sheer amount of people that like Yu-Gi-Oh! Shocked by it. That's the part that he can never comprehend. Like, you have how many subscribers? Like, how many people watch your videos? Like, and it is kind of crazy when you think about it, but that's just how big and great the community is, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Side note, what is that giant card back there? I did want to ask you.
Yes, it is. It's kind of cut off. It's my least favorite, and that's why it's here. So those giant cards are given out to YCS winners or Attack of the Giant card winners. So I am not good enough to win a giant card, so you can buy them off of people. The market is very kind of tricky for them. You have to find them. It's not easy. But that is Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Tiger King. And the card, let me get it real quick.
Sure.
It's a big card.
Wow.
That is, I love those giant cards, but I need to chill with the merch. I really do. It's bad.
No, just keep collecting, man. Keep collecting. Your new home, you'll have plenty of space.
That's right. That's what I keep telling them.
All right. I just changed your attack and defense. I just hope you know that.
1,000 to 1. Dude, that was clutch, man. Good job.
Thank you. Outside of Yu-Gi-Oh, do you have any idols or people you look up to? And just anyone that comes to mind right now. You don't have to really deep dive unless you want to.
Yeah, you know, I don't have a crazy amount of people I look up to. Someone recently that I've been watching a lot, and this is someone that if one person even knows him, I'd be surprised, is John Deloney. He's a guy who does YouTube videos, and oh boy, I'm running out of time here. Hold on, I gotta rush. But he does YouTube videos, and we're going for the win here, chat. I summoned Big Benkei. I'm gonna activate the skill. As long as Daniel doesn't have a face down, it's over. Defense charge 4,700.
No!
Come on. Let's get through. Let's get through, chat.
Let's see. Oh, I have one thing. It's probably not going to save me in the long run, but it'll give me another second. Oh, yeah. Octo stretch. Thank you. And let's do that.
Damn. We almost had him, chat.
I swear, I didn't plan any of these cards either. I still don't know how to chain cards very well. That's why I don't win any duels ever.
That's understandable,
dude. I'm getting very lucky right now.
But yeah, John Deloney is he's a licensed therapist that he'll have people call in and he'll just talk to them about things, anxiety, depression, really intense topics, and listening to that and listening to his advice on life and it's really cool. And I definitely recommend anyone who's into that stuff, mental health related, whether you're struggling with it or whether you just want to have a better grasp of it. I highly recommend checking him out. So he's someone that I've been really into and kind of just inspired by his take on life recently. But yeah, friends inspire me, family inspires me. It's generic. But just surround yourself with really, really good people and good things will come. You're a reflection of the company you keep. I really do believe that.
Wait, I can do this first. I can do this. Ooh, you might not like this.
Oh, I know what you're gonna do, dude. That
boop.
Sucks.
Beep boop. Unless you have a no, you don't.
No.
Should I do this? I guess I will. Doesn't do much here. Oh, 59 seconds. Oh, come on. Duelist, come on.
I have 6 seconds, bro.
Oh, then I have plenty of time here. I don't think that matters. So I'm just going to attack. Last question. While I try to make a move here, any comments for your fans or anything? Anything coming up? Anything that you want to, that you probably would announce that's not on your channel because you have your own channel to announce things on.
No, well, something that a lot of people don't know, but Timeline Part 2. Timeline Theory is the video that put me on the map late 2016. It's been in the works for almost 5 years now, or over 5 years. Timeline Part 2 is coming out very, very soon, probably in May, maybe in June. So that's something that I think a lot of people who have been waiting for that video can look forward to. And I just want to say to anyone that's been subbed to me or anyone that's watched me in these last 6 years, thank you. You guys have made my life so much better, and I'm so thankful for all of you. And, that goes for even, the voice actors and people that have brought Yu-Gi-Oh to life like yourself, Daniel. So thank you for everything you've done for this wonderful community and this wonderful franchise.
Let's finish up this duel and then I'll let you go. But thank you for coming on to my first ever, I don't know what this is even. It's an interview of people. So folks, while he makes his move, oh my gosh.
I'm trying to get you on the timer. That's why I didn't say anything. That's the only way I can win. Oh, come on.
Take this. I'm going to counter you until the end. Yeah, I'm going to start interviewing people of the Yu-Gi-Oh world because it's something that brought me into it. Voiceover brought me into it. And I'm just really grateful to be a part of this universe in some capacity. And the more I see content out there and the more I see people making things out of it, especially people who haven't had maybe the fortune of working for the company itself, but still making some awesome, oh my gosh, I'm going to finish you in perfect. Oh man.
Damn it, man. Good game.
Good game. I can't believe I won that. I really didn't plan anything here. I'm
that makes that. I mean, you know what? Anyone who's been a fan of me for a while, that's exactly what they expected out of me. To lose to someone who didn't even plan anything. What are you gonna do, guys? What are you gonna do?
I mean, I guess I'm just a better duelist than I thought.
Well, you're definitely better than me. That doesn't say much, but you are better than me.
Yeah, I just wanted to start interviewing people and just to get to know them a little better and get them out there because, well, I don't have very many followers, but the ones that I do, I really love and respect, and I want to give them all of the entertainment I can. And man, you are the most entertaining person in the industry, I think. So I'm really grateful you could join me today. And yeah, man, hopefully we can chat again. We can play some more. I really want to try at one point sad zoo animals. Like we should make a deck dedicated to sad zoo animals.
I would love to. I think that's a fantastic idea. You give me a time and place, I'll make those sad zoo animals and we'll go from there. And Daniel, thank you so much for interviewing me, man, and all the kind words. It's an honor. Anyone who is maybe here from my community, I implore you to subscribe to this channel. Daniel's a great guy. He's done a lot of great things for Yu-Gi-Oh! And there's a lot of great content to come, 100%.
Well, much love, man. Thank you so much. And I'll see ya.
See you guys.
So there you have it, folks. Thank you so much for watching this interview today. Again, sorry for those little hiccups, but wasn't Dylan fantastic? He really is one of my favorite people in this Yu-Gi-Oh universe. And I hope to interview more people, and maybe next time I'll have better equipment with me. But I felt the need to do this one now because I'm in New York, that's where I met Dylan, and he's one of the first creators I've ever met that does stuff for Yu-Gi-Oh! So I found that to be really special, and he's a really special guy. And I wanted to make this now because you never know what might happen tomorrow. So this was very, very valuable to me, and I hope you find this as wonderful as I did. And if you like my stuff, please hit the like button and maybe subscribe and leave a comment or something. And if you don't happen to have Dylan's YouTube page, I'll link it down below in the description. But I'm pretty sure we all know what it is. Hope to see you all again soon. Second Rate Duelist, signing out. And beat Blue.